What's up folks, welcome back to the channel. It's Fozzy here. I hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic day. This is the second upload of the day, so if you missed the first one, it's a player review of the new Winter Wildcard SBC player Causa. I'll link it down in the description below. Full in-depth 20-minute review, everything you need to know about the card, the links, the pricing, the similar cards, what we can compare them against, everything like that. So go check that out if you haven't already. This is the second video. We're going to be looking at the 4-1-2-1-2 Naro updated custom tactics. So last week we posted 4-1-2-1-2 tactics. You guys seemed to absolutely love them. I did mention in the video that I was going to continue using them this week because we had the format change of both FUT Champions playoffs and the Champions finals. So I wanted to try the try tweaking the formation more, find out what worked, and then also you're just playing in a bit more of a competitive environment with those FUT changes. And I think I got a really nice balanced setup now for the 4-1-2-1-2 Naro. I absolutely love it. If you do enjoy this video, please do leave a big thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Helps me know you're enjoying the content and you want to see more of it. Also helps the YouTube videos out with the algorithms and all that lovely stuff that YouTube have. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, help me out. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs so we can get that YouTube partner status. It just helps me do more with the channel. Helps me look a bit more official, if you will, guys. But without any further adu, let's look at the tactics. I'm going to appreciate the team. I have a full team now that doesn't have a singular Serie A player, which is the first time in a long time this year. You know, the bias running strong for the Serie A, but I've been enjoying this team. And really quick, the Alex Moreno card for 25k is what I bought him for. He was at 20k last night. Fantastic left back option. Strong links, both Fekir and Fekir, Morales, the new striker, and can strong link to Paul Torres, the centre back. So fantastic card for squad building. But let's look at the custom tactics. So 4-1-2-1-2, pressure on heavy touch, 43 width, both for the defense and offense. Trying something new, I'm kind of liking it. I decided to try something different. Everyone seems to use the width on like by 5s or by 10s or whatnot, so I was like, I'll just smack it in 43. We'll see what runs. I've been liking the 40 width, but we'll spread it a little bit more and go 43. Depth is still on 55. I had been playing 60, decided to lower it that a little bit. That was partly because on the old tactics we had like the fullbacks on step up and stuff like that, and we had a high depth press after possession loss, and it absolutely left you too vulnerable to counter attack. So press on heavy touch now, so we do still have a press happening. It's just not as head-take. You do notice it in game. Sometimes you still need to manually press. Obviously it's not as overpowered as the press after possession loss or constant pressure in regards to pressing, but it stops you getting counter attack just as much. Build up play on fast build up and direct passing, which is probably my favorite combination this year. I can play balanced. I like fast build up and long ball this year. I think with direct passing in narrow formations, fast build up works tremendously, especially if you have the press, because there will be some cases where the heavy touch comes in, your guys press forward, and then obviously as they're pressing, they then can transition straight into a fast build up. And I think if you look at the Causa player review, there's a few goals I scored there where Causa was actually involved in the press, won the ball back, distributed the ball forward, and then said a couple of passes we were scoring goals. So we did use that formation while testing that card as well, if you're interested in that. Players on boxes 4, corners and free kicks is 1-on-1, because we're going to be a little bit wry. We're set up to use the corner glitch if and when we need it. There was a full video for that, I'll link down below. I posted that last week, the sort of tutorial how you can do the corner glitch if you don't know already. I know most people did. I avoided learning it, but I have since learned it, and I thought it's just handy for people to have in their arsenal. Only use it if someone uses it against you first. That's kind of the rule I have. That's why it's on 1 for corners and 1 for free kicks. So this is how we're lining up in game. You'll see a change basically straight away. Modric and Capu, how you pronounce his name? They're the other way around. That is them changing in the instructions as well. It helped the team just play a lot better. At the minute we're running Fekir as the cams, and Vinny as the strikers. The new Awar SBC card is run as our attacking centre mid box to box card. Really good there. You can basically play him anywhere. I don't know if he's still available. If he is, I recommend you pick him up. He can also strong link to the Causa. We were playing risky with Causa and Koundé as the centre backs. I think we need someone stronger beside Causa, but it's not been too bad so far. But here's the instructions. So you've got the balance and the goalkeeper. That's the default. That's what we're having. I think this week the next thing I'm going to do is actually have them on cover for crosses and sweeper keeper, just to see how it changes things, if it helps the team or not. I think it's something that's worth testing. I'm here to test as much as I can for you guys. I think that we've not really done that too much. The centre backs, as you can imagine, are fully default. They stay back while attacking. The only time I've ever changed this was when testing stuff with 3 centre back formations, which we may have to go back to at some point just to see, but you don't really want to change anything here. Fullbacks, as far as I can remember, both the same. They're basically the default settings, but we are using overlap this time. If you remember the videos from last year, I very rarely used overlap, and if I ever used it, I'd only ever have one fullback on the overlap. This year, however, for this formation in particular, I found it really helpful. So they're not on get forward, but they will like naturally attack. The attacking AI will work, or you can manually pull them forward. With how the centre mids are set up and playing, it just helps the team have that sort of like overall width in the pitch and creativity options. I think beforehand, when they were balanced, I didn't have as many outlets, so definitely I've enjoyed this change to overlap. I would say just keep them on the default balanced attacking runs though. Don't change that. So I do want to look at Capo next, who is the main sort of defensive midfielder, and previously we had like these instructions flipped between him and Modric, and that's because at the end of FIFA, or sort of midway through FIFA 21 and at the start of FIFA 22, having the actual CDM on stay back and having the centre mid on drop between defenders, for whatever reason with how the system worked, that worked better in game. I think that's now changed following updates, because that was the one thing I noticed with the last tactics, that didn't seem as effective anymore. So we've changed it up. We have Capo as our core CDM. He's on cover centre and drop between defenders. What that also does is it kind of gives you that 3 at the back kind of system. Obviously you've got Capo who's then going to step forward when he needs to, and then that helps to push the fullbacks out. You'll have the fullbacks push out wide and up a little bit, and then if you have them on overlap for attacking play as well, it gets them involved. It just works really well. Again, I will say this Capo SBC wasn't going to do him. I had excess untradeable fodder. I decided to do him, and even just the past week or so, he's been unbelievable in game. He compares very much to Vieira. I say that in the Causa review if you watch that. Some of the interceptions he makes, especially on these settings, is fantastic. I would say he's obviously medium if you even completed that SBC card. Vidal can play here. That Tonali road to the knockout. If you want a cheap option, can play there. You want a medium or high defensive, medium attacking DM who's strong, like he's physical, really high defending stats if you can. Like has to be sort of like well over or a good bit over the 80 defensive awareness, for example. Modric could play here, but he doesn't quite have the physicals. So that's sort of a way to explain that. Just does an absolute he's a unit in front of that back line. Modric, who is the other sort of defensive player, I just have on stay back at the minute, and this has been working really well, because what I'll find is I will normally just manually like pull him forward or make runs with him, and he kind of just he floats in the middle of in the midfield. What I had done previously was leave this on balance and let them do what they want. But I don't know how to explain it. Just putting him on stay back has helped the team a lot. He still gets involved in build up. He'll still sort of float at the edge of the box and everything. Whenever you're in the attacking third, it just helps with that defensive stability, especially when you get the fullbacks going, because you've got like, your core 3 sort of defensive blocks in. You've got Causa, Capo and Koundé, and then Modric kind of floats in between the front of them in the middle of the pitch, and that's handy because if you look at Hussein, he's on get forward and get into the box. So anytime we're attacking, he is buzzing forward, which means while Capo is dropping back to the centre backs, Modric then floats and covers that entire space in midfield that's left empty with who are going forward. I like him on these tactics. I would like to try him at cam. I don't really have the setup for that at the minute. Obviously we've got Fekir here, but maybe in the near future we'll be able to get that changed around. Fekir's on stay forward and get into the box, pretty standard settings for my cam. I don't change this too much. I sometimes try free roam, but Fekir's been really nice. He's someone who, because I ran Serie A, I basically just had him as a super sub, but having him actually starting the team, I can see how effective and how broken he is. So it's been fun actually being able to use that and not be on the receiving end of it all that much, but there's a chance that I will have him back as a super sub very soon, just depending on who I want to fit into the team. Vinny is on stay forward, and then Genoa is on getting behind, trying to leave these a little bit more basic and clean. I've been trying not to play with the strikers too much. I felt that they were the one player that I put like 3 instructions on, and it would work sometimes it wouldn't. As we find the past couple of tactics videos we've discussed, we've been trying to have them a bit more like default, allow the AI to do what they think is best, because obviously we're in 2021 here where the computing AI should be smart enough to figure this out. And I'd say how we're set up now, basically we just want Vinny on stay forward because he's our like absolute pace attacking threat for 3 balls and stuff. And you know what, I want to then join and get those runs in behind. The team works really well. In regards to personnel, I think this is the first time personnel wise it's almost like perfect for what I think you should have. Maybe you want like a Kimpembe at centre back beside Causa or Koundé. Outside of that, I mean the fullbacks are both fantastic, but the Klaus has really impressed me, to be honest, for the price he is. Alex Moreno we're still testing out, but seems really good so far. Capo, fantastic DM. Modric, really good box to box. this is what you probably want personnel wise. Maybe you have someone like Genoa playing Cam with an actual striker up there, and maybe that Morales, Timo Werner, any players like that. They don't have to link in. I'm just giving some examples, but that's the sort of personnel you want. That's the tactics you want, and that's the video for today. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments down below if you do use this system, how you get on with it. Also, let me know if there's any other tactics you guys want to see. As I've said before, and I've sort of been saying on social media, we'll be getting big push on content, so basically anything you guys want to see and that I can possibly do, let me know and I will get right on that. But that's me for today. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave it with a big thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. That'll be tomorrow. We're going to have a squad builder, primarily focused on starting squads, because I know a lot of you guys got the game for Christmas, so we're going to have a couple of starting squad builders over the next couple of days, looking at different budgets. See you in the next one, guys. Thank you very much. Goodbye.